tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
What? That's right, I said it, ayy. It'd be like bad girls. I'm out. We all doing our selfie picture at the beginning.
Welcome to the Bad Girls Club.
Bad Girl. What up, AfterBuzz? It's your boy DJ Jesse Janedy here in studio for the Bad Girls Club. I hate saying redemption.
I know.
Redemption after show. I am joined in studio by my bad girls who have redeemed them damn selves. We have Alicia Samaan.
Hey.
Kristen Kelly.
Hi, guys.
Miss Jonica Blu booth.
Hey.
Hey. She's back.
I'm back.
Welcome. All right, let's get into it. We're going to get Danny Victor on the line in a couple minutes, but not yet. And also, we're going to open the phone lines for you guys. It's 424-253-0504, 424-253-0504. So make sure you guys call in to let us know all the tea that y'all are thinking about. All right. I mean, damn, Judy was acting
losing her mind.
crazy tonight.
I felt
Anything out of the usual?
Well, okay, I feel like we went back to like, what was she, season 7? Back to that Judy, where it was like, like possessive, like I felt like demons were gonna come out or something. It was really bipolar, kind of crazy.
That probably was a demon.
Needed to be casted from the voodoo.
Yep.
Actually, that's kind of what I said somewhere in my notes. I really strongly believe that, yeah, she may be possessed. Like, okay, people really
no, if you believe in that voodoo shit, like, and you fuck around with the wrong shit.
Thank you.
Yeah,
there are
drink
witches,
the wrong potion.
witches, fairies, they all exist. She's like the
girl,
wrong
you
type of
lost that
fairy.
battle.
I'm serious.
What do you think about
I'm
unicorns?
serious. I believe in all of that.
I would love to meet one.
I mean, if your imagination
Hit
can
me up,
really
unicorn.
think about it, like if you can think about it, it can. Come on, you guys, for real. You think about it, like it just doesn't happen.
Or mermaids, but not
I
the
believe
scary
in all of
mermaids.
that. I want to be a mermaid.
A good mermaid, not those scary ones on Discovery
So
Channel.
when Judy comes in studio, y'all will have a lot to talk about.
They will. Mermaids, unicorns, and voodoo.
Judy comes
We're
in and
going
all of a
to the
sudden
beach.
she's strapped to something, like throwing holy water at her.
Yes.
Cast the demons out of thee.
So Laura, the life coach lady, meets with all of the girls. Let's go through these life coach sessions. We have Laura talking to Sarah at first. Sarah feels everything is an argument in the house. Everyone is so immature, and Laura thinks that the things are happening to her are very hurtful and that they're not immature, and that she needs to think that you're letting grown adults do this to you. You present your, and then she said you're a deep girl, but then she said you don't present yourself in a way that's deep. Now, is that Laura being fake? Because it sounds like the same thing we say here.
Yeah, actually, I have to agree. If you want to be that person, like you say you're a businesswoman, then you have to act like that.
Right.
You have to be what you think. You can't just act like this.
Dress for the job you want.
Well,
for the job you
whatever
want.
Sarah acts like, you guys are gonna bash me anyways. But you can't act like a slut and then be taken seriously. Like you just can't. You know, you
Right.
can't be out there half naked and say I'm a businesswoman. Like you just can't. You know,
It depends on what kind of business.
That's true.
There you go.
So,
And if that's the
Let me
kind of
sip
business,
my
and
tea.
that, like I said, if that's the kind of business she want to go into, then she go into that. And
Right.
that's fine.
all right.
And then, but you know what?
saying.
When she had, when she wrote what she wrote on the top and then the bottom, like the look in her face, like I just feel like Sarah wants to like break down and be like, I hate this life.
You know,
Yeah.
honestly, I think now that who just left, Judy, her other friend, I think you're gonna see a different Sarah.
I hope so.
You might have to, because she probably don't have the same people to impress or the same people to lean on, so she have to make a new friend, Danny. So
So I like this mirror exercise thing
Me
that they
too.
did. It was kind of cool. So they put this line in the middle of the mirror. Top things were things that how people see you, and the bottom was things that how you see yourself. Pros was that she said she's goal oriented, smart, serious, and sensitive. The cons were that she's fake, has no boundaries, and not smart.
it's crazy how people don't. I can't lie to myself. they was looking at the top as if, I can't believe people see me like that. Like, what? Like, my thing is, I know if someone say, you're this, you're that, and then I'm this, like...
It's not a surprise to you?
Yeah, it's not a surprise. Like, somebody keep telling me it's a tail on my ass, I'm gonna check my ass. It might be a tail back there, you know? So, they probably... They should just... I feel like a lot of them should be like, you know what? I do see why people might say... Like, for Rocky, cocky. You know, I do see why people might say I'm cocky. Right. However, you're mistaking my sweetness for being cocky, or you know, certain things. So, I feel like some of them could have been more accountable for...
I love that you're saying that, because that's so true. That actually happened to me. That's why I changed.
Because you've seen it.
Oh, yeah, because everybody was calling me like a bully and mean and this. So if I really had to look at myself like, yeah.
I see why you're right, and I see why you're saying it.
And my strong personality came off as a bully, so I had to kind of step back and come with love and come with kindness and come with compassion, because even though I felt that in my heart, what came out of my mouth wasn't that.
You're not a bully, but people were mistaking your strong personality for being a bully. And that's how I feel like a lot of them should, maybe they'll really change. Maybe we'll really see redemption if people start saying, damn, that's how that's coming off. No, I promise I'm not like that. Right. But, you know, I do see why you're saying
right
it.
But I think it's once you get out of the show mentality. Like, they're putting these girls back in the show, and you feel like, oh, I got to get back into character. I have to, you know, what do the fans want? What do, you know, what are the fans going to think? What do the producers want from me? I don't want to get sent home. You know, who's really my friend in here? It's a lot of emotions and feelings.
You'll gain so much respect if... You'll probably forget what you think the fans want.
If you just be you.
Yeah, if you be you, then
tell me about it.
Then you couldn't be upset with the fans. That's one thing. People be upset with the fans bash me. I didn't care about not one time the fans bashed me, because I knew I was being myself.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So nothing no one could say. Now, had I went on there and been a different person, then I would have been like, damn, maybe if I would have been myself, they wouldn't have said that about me. You know? So I don't know.
So we have a caller on the line. Caller, what's your name? Where are you from?
My name is Sean, and I'm from Miami.
What up, Sean from Miami? Sean, what you want to talk about tonight?
I just want to talk about how Jada acts one way and then do another. Like, it really baffles me sometimes. How last season she claimed that she never said she was real, but this season she's just the realest bitch. I don't understand that.
I mean, I said this last week, you know, for me with Jada, I'm upset with her because I feel like on her season, you know, she was able to hold back more. She, you know, would stand up for herself, but she didn't really like provoke anybody. Where this season, I feel like she's just running around with a pitchfork like, oh, y'all want to talk shit? Well, I'm going to rip up your shit. I'm going to do this. And it's just a different side of Jada that I haven't seen. So I don't know. It's kind of like going reverse mode.
It shocked me, and I lived with her. So that personality, that shocked me to see, and that's just honest.
Where do you think that stems from?
Being around different people, feeling like one thing I can say about our season is everyone kind of stood their own ground. You get what I'm saying? Including her, me, Red, everybody stood their own ground. Low, we were all just like, you know, at the end of the day, don't touch my stuff, like, for real. You get what I'm saying? Mm. But now it's like you have more of a clique. You get what I'm saying? I don't care how much we had to fab this and fab that. It really wasn't that, because at the end of the day, we were all an individual before we were a group. And on here, I feel like everyone is more of a group before they're an individual.
Sean, who do you see as redeeming themselves the most at the end of the season?
Sean left. He had to go to the bathroom.
Bye, Sean. All right. So, life coach lady, she goes and talks to Danni, and Danni's talking about Julie and how Julie's talking shit, and she doesn't know who to believe. So then Laura goes to talk to Julie, and it's so hard to watch an edited life coach meeting, because all of a sudden she talks about, you know, it looks like you feel disposable. Like, where did that come from?
Where did that come from?
It came from somewhere.
You know what I mean? It had to have come from somewhere, but where did that just come from?
But it's making us look at life coach lady like she's wrong. You know what I'm saying? We're looking at her like, what are you talking about?
I think that she probably had, you know, bios of the girls, of course, from the production company, and they said, oh, you know, this is about this person, and they probably, so that's why she probably said it, because she probably wanted her to say that she was adopted.
My thing is, Julie, what did she say? I wrote it down. I guess she was upset with life coach lady for saying, I guess her childhood being adopted have something to do with her future, and she was like, basically, if she want to feel that way, then go ahead, but that's not the case. But this could possibly not be her case, but I feel like you have to talk about where you come from
Yep.
in order to move forward in life.
God, yes.
I agree
you have
with
to
that.
look back and see
You have to.
You have to.
So I'm like, for her to
have
say
to.
that she can't
Yes.
be really upset with she's a psychologist, she's a life coach lady. So of course she's gonna pry into your childhood to figure out, okay, what could have steered you this way.
And like Laura's personality comes off very like, girl, you're like, because even when I met her, I was at first like, girl,
Yeah.
get out my face.
So imagine
but
that
then
with
you have that
cameras.
conversation with her for like over an hour, and you're like, okay, this is who, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you're
You-
actually
you
pretty
get deep
cool.
with them.
Like,
Yeah, so I can understand where Julie being closed off, because obviously, you know, once that topic got brought up, Julie was done, and you
Yeah,
saw
she
it
was
was
done.
done, and it
Yeah.
was she moved on. I wish Julie would have, you know, been a little more, but I mean, if that's something clearly private in your old life that you don't want to make to TV,
I think that maybe she should come out and really talk about exactly how it felt at the age of 9. Go back to that girl that you were at 9 and talk to her, because you know what? There's probably so many people that really do want her
Feel
to
the same
open
way.
up about that and see like
That's a
what
crazy
she went
story.
through. Yeah, like I wrote like, Julie, you're adopted. I love you even more now, but like, why are you letting that upset you? Like, let that make you like stronger. Like, talk about that.
but
Release
then
that.
she
let
said
it
she
go
don't feel like
out.
it. She feel like it doesn't have anything to do
Oh,
with it.
well, then she would never have she
Reacted
never
the
would
way
have got
she
mad
did.
at Danny for coming outside and talking to her. She never would have went by herself, because while she was sitting outside, she had to have been thinking about something.
Mm-hmm.
It was immediately after.
we're gonna take one. Nope, we're not gonna do that. All right. Well, how'd y'all feel about Judy? While that's going on, Judy's calling Stassi, screaming and licking the phone, talking
my
about this is the
God.
Judy show.
Dude, Judy was just.
I think she wanted
It was like
a
a psychological break,
yeah.
right? It was like like my.
She was possessed.
Like, I'm not 100% sure about this, but I'm pretty sure my dad is bipolar, because my father has he has really highs and like really lows, like terrifying highs and lows, like on a very
A
serious
lot of
note.
people with bipolar
Like,
do not know
yeah,
that
no,
they.
and my father is somebody who would never go to a psychiatrist, but it's weird because he'll be so happy and like screaming, and then he'll be like, you know, not like depressed ever, but he'll have like manic highs more than lows. And when I was watching her, it reminded me so much of my father, because my dad would be like, you know, like screaming and like, oh, blah, blah, blah. But then at the same time, like, you know, like, oh, I'm, you know, that, like, she really reminded me of my dad.
Was she drunk?
I think she's always
think she
drunk.
was.
I think she's
But
drunk,
this is what
yeah.
blows my mind, because when we talked to her, she kept saying how she was put on this. I'm not drunk in the episodes, guys, because they put me on probation. I'm like,
She was
But she
clearly
had-
well,
drunk.
if this is
Wine
how
in
you
the
act in
water
without liquor or anything, then girl, you should not have been in the
It
house.
broke
period.
my heart. I mean, she looks like, even like her face kind of, you know, like people that drink
Yep.
a lot, their face looks like
Puffy.
bloated
Puffier,
and puffy.
yeah.
her,
Like
her body, her skin, like
Yeah.
everything. You could just tell she's so unhealthy.
I felt really bad for her.
And then when she was leaving, what did she have in her cup?
Wine.
More
We have a caller on the
wine.
line. Caller, what's your name? Where are you from? Caller, what's your name? Where are you from? All right, y'all. Y'all cannot be calling, getting scared. I understand these women are beautiful up here, but y'all, come on. Caller, what's your name? Where are you from?
Hello, this is Token. I'm from Jacksonville.
Yes, Token.
Hey,
Cool
hello,
name.
Token.
so
Don't
cute.
you sound cute?
Oh my god,
why
you
you
sound
talking?
adorable.
Token, what you want to talk
Thank-
about?
I just wanted to talk about Rocky ripping Sarah's shreds out. Like, I didn't understand.
You know, I actually
Sarah's
just
really
saw a
nice.
video of her, and she, like, Sarah was doing a home YouTube video, and she showed the hair that was, like, you know, ripped out, that it's still growing. Oh my god, I felt so bad for her, because her hair is long.
Like it was like really ripped out.
yeah, like she
I
had.
want to see this video. Tweet
it's,
me.
It's
Token.
one of her YouTube
Ask him
videos.
what part don't you understand?
Yeah. Token.
Token? Did we lose
Yes.
him? Token, what didn't you understand about that fight?
Because I feel like Rocky was boosting up the whole thing, making everything go on. Then for them to attack her.
But
it's
where
like,
did it
it's really
stem
crazy.
from? Where did all of the arguing and fighting stem from?
Rocky throwing the drink.
No, rewind
that-
rewind it back. Why did Rocky get a drink thrown on her first?
Say that again.
Rocky got a drink thrown on her first,
yeah.
and it all stemmed from because
Sarah walked in.
Sarah
the room.
walked in
And
while Julie was
maliciously,
crying.
she maliciously asked, "Do you want us to help you pack your stuff?"
Oh right. Yeah.
I don't even think she asked, "Do you?" I think she
I
said,
mean-
"We're here to pack your stuff for you
With trash bags.
with trash bags."
Now, Token,
Just so awful.
I'm loving that you're on the other fence of this. So when Sarah and Judy go into Julie's room, and whilst Julie's crying and had nothing to do with them, what was your thoughts in that moment?
I mean, I would say, hey, if you don't like her, go ahead and make it be known. I hope you leave because I don't like you like that. I mean, it all looks different when it's on the other foot. But like, if you really look at it, Jada and Rocky been antagonizing the whole time. And then I understand Sarah and them been playing the victim, but it's like they can't fight like that. So I understand.
I hear you talking.
Token like Sarah.
Yeah.
No, but there's nothing wrong with it,
okay.
guys. There's
that's
it's a
awesome,
back and
right?
forth thing with this because
Yeah,
it's
it
like
is.
with Sarah, you go to the life coach, and I feel like Sarah has the control to not antagonize, not to fight. If these girls are picking on you,
Then don't bother them. Leave them alone.
But I do feel bad for Sarah because this is the first episode that I watched that I really kind of did feel like, oh, she doesn't have anybody. And that's a horrible feeling, you know, in any situation.
but whose fault is that?
Right? She don't have anybody. What you mean?
No, it's
That's just what I don't
Yeah.
understand. You were friends with Rocky on All-Star Battle, and then you went into this. You secluded yourself with these two girls.
And then she don't know Jada, so that
I
could have been her
didn't
friend.
even think about that.
I
They were
mean,
friends.
Token, wait, Token, what would you say about that? Do you feel like Sarah secluded herself from the girls, or do you feel like everybody just...
I feel like she was trying to try something new. She wants to get to know everybody. So by her putting herself with Natalie and Judy, it made her look more of like a business person because she know where Natalie comes from and what Natalie does. Not Judy. I don't know
So she's
what
an
the hell.
opportunist?
Yeah, she might just be an opportunist.
I like you talking.
We like you,
Token. Fuck with you, Token.
He like, shit, I'm
Token,
confused.
we got to get you off the line because we're going to call Danny. But Token, what's your Twitter handle?
My Twitter handle is @TokenOutspoken.
Oh, I know that's real.
All right, you better do that, Token. All right, we're going to get Danny on the line. Let's call Danny and see what she has to say about tonight's episode. So Laura goes to talk with Camilla. Camilla says she's trying to stay away from the drama. Laura says, I think you're faking the funk, and I think that you can actually approach people with compassion. I totally believe this because, Camilla, I know you're a Virgo.
Virgo Nation.
Yes,
They're
and
bossy.
we can read people for Phil. We can get mad.
Yeah.
We get real
They're
antsy
bossy,
and all
but
that.
they're the sweetest people in
I
the
think
world.
she's
to me.
changed. I really do.
Yeah, Virgo. I love Virgo.
Well, let's hold that until next week.
Well, yeah, I know the next week maybe she goes crazy, but I think
might took her
so
camera.
far that she has been really the most changed.
From
She
what
has-
that first episode
Oh,
to
totally.
Yes.
Totally. 100%.
So when it comes down to redemption, that's what you guys think is doing the best so far.
Yeah. I
Yes.
definitely have to
like
say
she
that.
hasn't even been
But
going
doesn't
out.
it
She
suck?
hasn't
The
been
person
drinking.
that's changing is the person that have the most boring role now.
See, to me, low key Julie right now. Only, but it's just because she's just been consistent the whole time.
So is it consistent or did she? Oh, you mean from
Her season to
okay.
now. All
But
right.
I think...
But hold up.
Okay.
We have Miss Danny Boo Victor on the line. What up, girl?
Hey, Boo.
What's going on? I'm glad you
Hi,
stayed
Danny.
up for us this late.
I'm so sorry. When did you guys keep calling once my voice felt?
We did.
I must look like such a douche.
Danny, we have a lot to cover, a lot to talk about, and you have some explaining to do.
I know.
All right, Danny, you went into this. I remember we was with each other the night before. You was a little nervous about going into the house, but everything had gotten squashed. You go into the house. What was your feeling when you moved in?
I mean, it was kind of like just entering a normal Bad Girls Club house. I mean, it's just, this time it was like every strong personality that there ever was. It was like we were going in there, it wasn't all-star battle, so there was no money on the line. So basically, bitches were fighting for camera time. And it's just like, at some point, it's like, you guys really gotta stop. Like, Bad Girls Club is being canceled. Y'all ain't gonna be Bad Girls Club for the rest of your life. And it's crazy because, you know, I give props to Natalie for being the most known because, let's be serious, I didn't start watching Bad Girls Club till their season. A lot of bitches didn't know what Bad Girls Club was till their season. But do we really want to be 30 years old, like, waiting for Bune and Murray to call us for that fucking measly-ass check and be like, hey, you want to live with these fucking bitches for the next fucking 2.5 months? No, it's not what we're here to do. Like, I genuinely wanted to go in there and wanted to change. And not everyone wanted to do that.
Wait, which Danny, by the way, because y'all fans, y'all clocked me. I'll give you that. Y'all went to that old ass interview I had with Natalie. Now, Natalie did tell me on the interview that she did know Rocky's mom. Correct. But you know what else? I checked that interview out and I saw that Natalie had said is that Natalie said she was above ever going into a bad girl's house. And the only reason she did All-Star Battle was because it was competition. She would never lower her standards to going into a house to just live with other bad girls.
She was just playing.
Wait, competition, bitch. We weren't competing for shit in redemption. Like, what are you competing for in that? We're
Exactly.
not competing for anything, so she makes no fucking sense.
Danny, I have a question. That night when Natalie got bit, we've heard rumors, and you know, I know you brought it up that you Blue, that you heard something. I heard something from somebody totally different. The same thing from someone who didn't hear this conversation. Did Natalie go and antagonize and say something about every single one of the girls? And is that what caused everything to snap?
This is what really happened, because they really made that like a 5-second clip. What happened was, it's crazy because the drama started before I went into my interview. If you bad girls on the board know what an interview is, you're in that bitch for like 4 fucking hours. Talking about, okay, so on this week on Bad Girls Club, so it started before I left. Sarah, Judy, Natalie went out to eat. I think they might have went out to eat with Amber, and they decided to take a limo. So when they took that limo, Natalie, Sarah, and Judy decided to get turned up, a.k.a. drink liquor for the first time in 6 weeks. Because what they didn't show is in the beginning of the show, Natalie went to bed every night at 8 p.m., and she snored. She never wore makeup. She wasn't engaged. She wasn't partying. She wasn't doing anything. And I think she might have gotten a little pep talk, like, listen, we're going to need the old Natalie back. You're boring us, blah, blah, blah. So she decided to take this opportunity to go out, have a couple shots of liquor, and come back and be full force. And she antagonized, and what really pushed everyone over the edge is she was bringing up a lot of personal shit about Camila, which I'm not going to bring up on this interview because thank God it wasn't shown on the show.
Yeah.
But
Which I heard what it was, and I'm not going to say it, but that was fucked up,
I
Natalie.
told you. I was like, she said some wild stuff.
Yeah, so she was disrespecting Camila to, like, that's why it made Camila was crying and she really wanted to fuck her up. But she was, and it wasn't like one comment, it was like constant comments. And it's weird because Camila wasn't even the one she was fighting with. It was more like she was fighting with Rocky and Jada, and she basically just wanted camera time. But what she ended up looking like was shit. So it backfired. But thank God they didn't show Camila's business because it was fucked up. And if your friends, like, for instance, in my situation with Julie, she's going to continue to talk shit about me this entire season, and I never, ever, ever air her dirty laundry. I never fucking talk shit. All I ever state this entire season how I'm disappointed. Yeah, I'm upset that she's up Rocky's asses. What you guys don't get is literally, if Rocky was taking a shit, Julie was there holding the fucking toilet paper. Like, can I wipe your ass for you? And it was ridiculous.
Well, so take us through that walk, because I know you and Julie were, before you guys went into the show, you guys were kind of like on a riff with each other. You guys healed that topic the night before. You went into the...
Okay. So me and Julia were really close. I mean, I'm talking like, you know the deal, Jesse. Like, she lived in Boston. She basically slept at my house 4 out of the 7 days a week. She was really close to my family, like, told this girl everything. We joked, we laughed. We got really close when she broke up with her boyfriend, Alex. I don't even know if she's still with him because I don't talk to her anymore. But then I started dating someone from the real world who I don't want to mention because obviously the show is about him. And I was going through an emotional, psychological stage where basically he was my entire existence. And I could admit there was times where I put him before my friends, and that means her as well. So before we moved in the house, all that kind of got brought up because she moved to California, and I didn't really see her until I came out here to film the show. So we went out, we got fucked up, and we drank. And then all this shit about the dude that I was dating got brought up. And it was like, okay, now we're on this bullshit again. So we move in the house, everything's fine. And then Judy brings up the fact that she was talking shit. And I'm going to be honest with you. I personally know that Julie has talked shit about her best friend Kelly that she's known since childhood. So I didn't put it past her. That's why I'm sitting here like, this bitch probably did talk shit about me. Plus, I don't trust girls to begin with. So, if you're talking shit about Kelly, your best friend from childhood, you're definitely talking shit about me. And then it just turned into this whole really bad situation. It gets so bad that we shared a room in the house, and she ends up moving out and moves in with Rocky.
Who is this? Judy?
Julie,
okay.
So, as far as with Judy bringing up these topics, because it was you, Judy, and Julie who, all three of you guys, I mean, you guys were pretty close. I know you and Julie were closer.
I consider myself closer to Julie. I mean, I care about Julie. She called me and I answer. But I would have never considered Judy to be one of my best friends. Like, Judy doesn't know my family like that. She doesn't know my life like that. Like, she came to Boston. She came to my house. She slept here. But she still doesn't know, like, the ins and outs of my life. Julie knows, like, Julie knows my secrets. She knows my stories. She knows my shit. She's seen me cry. She's seen me laugh. Like, that's who I considered my bitch, you know? Like, she's seen me naked, basically.
So what irritated you is that Judy had said something in which you're saying only Julie could have known, and the fact that Judy's even bringing this up blew your mind.
Yeah, exactly. It's like she took a situation, like, you know, when you have a girlfriend, you're like, yo, bitch, we're going to this party. My dude's here. If he's with a bitch, like, we're going to do this. Like, I'm going to be a psycho. You're going to be a psycho with me. That's just how bitches are. It's like girl code. You know what I'm saying? Like, this, you're my bitch. This is what's going to happen. If he disrespects me, this is what's going to happen. So for Judy to know some shit that went down, like, a summer and a half ago means that Julie was the only person that could have told her. So, I mean, I'm not fucking naive. I'm not stupid. So for their editing it for it to seem like I was mean to Julie, but I had every right to be, because she was treating me like shit. She was basically pushing me aside to be best friends with girls she's not best friends with. Because if you're going to push aside me, who you've told her, I've generally seen Julie cry about her mother, about her life, about her trials and tribulations. So if you're going to push me aside and say I've outgrown this relationship, and then think that Jada, first of all, Jada's a fucking joke. If anyone watches Bad Girls Club and ever aspires to be like Jada, you need fucking a psychologist. She's fucking trash, first of all.
Wait, why? Danny, why?
Yeah, she's disgusting. She said,
No,
Danny,
Danny,
that she
why?
wasn't homeless. I'm like, dude, you just told the entire season in production that you were homeless. Like, get your story straight. Were you homeless? What were you doing?
So
just
what's
because
wrong
you were
with being
living in your
homeless?
car, working
What's
off a
wrong with
McDonald's
that?
paycheck doesn't mean you're from the streets.
Okay, she was homeless and she's trying to better her life now. Do you know how many famous, like, very successful people were once homeless?
I think that was wrong, but I'm like, it's a lot. You don't have anywhere to stay.
Oh no, I mean but
I mean, it's
that's
nothing
not
to
something
bash
to
nobody
like
about,
talk.
yeah.
Yeah, that's not something to like bash or be like, you were homeless, you were living out of your car.
Right.
I know a lot of people that were homeless.
I mean, if anything,
like
I feel bad for her.
Well, no,
Right.
but okay,
That's why
so
she should, like,
I don't
meet
think
us.
she's
we're not
trash
going
at
to go
all.
down that road. But Danny, as far as you know, with Jada, what about her personality in the house did you see? Because I feel like we just spoke about this. I feel like the Jada I saw in this season is not the Jada I saw in her season. I felt like she was acting very different.
I didn't watch her season, so I don't really know like how she really was. I mean, I watched the reunion for Bad Girls Club 12, and she was just kind of like talking over everybody. I mean, she kind of has that pit bull personality where she's just got to have the last word. She's got to say this. She's got to do this. She's got to prove a point. Like, for instance, she assaults me twice during this entire season, and I never attempt to try to hit her back because one, Jesse, you know, I'm not a fighter. I'm probably gonna get my ass beat. Number two, I'm just like, if you go to a show called Redemption and you're at the reunion and you're fighting, you haven't changed. Unless you're talking about my sister, you're talking about my family, you're talking about my nephew, you're talking about my money flow, I'm not going to fucking fight you. Like, you can hit me all day of the week. You can give me a black eye. I'm still going to look better than you, but I'm not going to fucking come here and fight you and then not change, because that's going to go against everything I came here to do.
But I think talking about people is just as bad as like hitting somebody. Like, why are you talking about somebody?
I'm talking about somebody all day.
No.
I just like, if you know you can't fight, but you're gonna run your mouth and then they hit you, like, it's kind of like who's right, who's wrong. It's like,
I mean, I get
both
what you're
are
saying.
wrong.
If you can provoke somebody with your words can be very strong. So if
Yeah.
I'm homeless and you say, "Bitch, you homeless," I'm fighting
see,
you
to
because I'm
me,
homeless. And you talking about my
no,
life. I don't have nothing to live for. So you don't fight people that don't have anything to live for.
Well, that's true.
Too many
You can't
people
sue poor
talking at
people.
once. I'm getting confused.
Wait, go ahead, Dan. Well, to me, I mean, as far as fighting and being verbal, like, I will fight. Don't get it twisted. But I feel like as a human being, we can be educated enough to have a conversation and be able, if you want to throw some shade
But
at me.
there is no conversation talking to someone who walks on the stage and is automatically yelling. Do you know what I'm saying? But there is no conversation. As soon as you come out and there's bad energy, there's going to be bad energy throughout.
She came to fight.
Yeah, I get what Alicia's saying. When you talk shit, expect to get hit all day. That's what I'm saying. If I talk shit and someone feels like they need to hit me, by all means hit me. Doesn't mean I'm going to hit you back.
She came to the reunion to fight
day.
you. She came there. That's what she came out for. You know, if someone come out already mad, we just got here. What are you mad for? We didn't get to talk about
exactly.
it. So she
That's
came
what I'm
to
saying.
fight.
You got it, girl. Like, if you come out here, you're already mad. Plus, her and Camilla, that's a whole nother, you guys will get into that in a few episodes, but her and Camilla, as soon as Jada walked out, it was like the Camilla drama. And Jesse, you know that me and Camilla's relationship, like I literally left that season. I left season 8 reunion. That's my sister. Like that's one girl I can say. We talk pretty much every day. I call her, we text. We have a really good relationship. So if someone gets in her face, I just kind of feel like, whoa, let's settle down here. Let's talk like adults. And that's exactly what happened. And then Jada, both times that I got assaulted, it's like I was just trying to have my girls back. So it wasn't even my fight, and I'm still fighting it.
So you go to the club, and, well, before the club, Julie had her meeting with life coach lady. She was really upset, so she goes outside. Now, obviously, the way they're editing it, like you said, it makes it look like you're not trying to have anything to do with Julie, and now Julie, at this point, is not trying to have anything to do with you. So, but obviously, they can't edit everything. There was a point where you're in the kitchen, you're like, okay, I need to have friend duty. What did we miss? What did we miss from the point of you believing Judy and not wanting to trust Julie to now you saying, you know what, Julie's my friend, I want to go see what's wrong with her?
You know what you guys missed? The fact that me and Julie were cool. Like, you know that conversation where I'm outside talking to Julie, like, oh, I hope we can work it out, and I'm wearing the beanie, like an episode ago. And we were fine after that. We were joking, we were drinking together, we were going out. All of a sudden, we get into the next episode, it's like, yo, I'm not even fucking with this bitch. And I'm like, all right, that's cool. That's not even how it went down. Like, when I went outside and I was like, oh, let me have friend duty, that's because me and Julie were still close. And then I come back outside to try to talk to her, which I thought was fucked up in the moment, is she wouldn't open up to me, even though I've known forever that she's been adopted. Like, her secrets are not secrets to me. This is stuff that I've known. This is stuff that I've never talked about with other people, because you don't talk about your friend's business with other people if you're really friends.
Right.
So it's not like I need her to explain to me that she told the life coach that she was adopted. What bothered me is that you wouldn't tell me that it bothered you, but you were quick to open up to Rocky. I understand in these situations when you're filming Bad Girls Club, girls tend to click up and they think these girls are their friends.
Wait, because Danny, I was confused as to why you were talking to Sarah about Julie.
Oh, wait, when was this?
Right when Judy had came out and said everything, you guys went back to the house, and then I figured, like, if you were going to talk about it, it'd be to either Rocky or, you know, someone, or Camilla, but you were sitting next to Sarah while Sarah was on the computer, and Sarah was kind of coaching you and being like, yeah, that's really messed up.
Well, no, that makes sense, because if Julie was outside talking to Rocky.
No, this is
last
episode.
Oh, okay, I was going to say, today that makes sense.
And you were kind of venting to Sarah, like, I've been friends with...
Yeah, because that's another thing. Like, they're making it seem in this episode that I just went up to Sarah randomly, and I was like, girl, you should stay. Like, I think you should totally stay. I never had a problem with Sarah. Like, I ripped up her calendars because she was condoning Natalie for saying what she said about Camilla. But after that, me and Sarah had a long conversation. I never had problems with Sarah. We were never really close. And I've always said from the beginning, if you go home or Judy goes home, I guarantee I'm going to be close for either one of you, but I can't stand you two together. You two together makes me sick.
That's what I just
said. And then
said.
you and Judy ended up going home, so I told Sarah, don't leave. This is your opportunity to finally break out of your shell and let other people get to know you.
Exactly.
And she ended up staying. You know what I'm saying? So they're making it seem like I've never had a conversation with Sarah before. Me and Sarah never had problems. I generally didn't really have problems with anyone in the house except Natalie, Julie, sometimes Judy, and then it gets progressively worse from here. But
wait, so what happened?
In the beginning, I was chilling.
When you guys went to the club that night, you confronted Rocky and Jada, and you were like, "No, finish your sentence. Finish your sentence." What was going on with that?
So they made this. I don't know what they were doing with the editing of this scene, but pretty much what was happening is I was like basically. I don't know if you guys could tell, I was fucking shit faced at the club. I was drinking by myself the entire time. Like it was.
I knew you were shit-faced when you got on that bus and you were like, do you want your new two friends to come on? I was like, Danny, why?
Danny, you know what I have to say? Being in the house, the battle with you, and then just watching this, like, I just feel like you have, like, a really kind heart and you're very sensitive. It's, like, cute. Because it's like you got jealous of Julie, like, being friends with other people. I'm like, why can't you be friends? But then I remembered you in the battle, and it's kind of like, you're a sensitive girl. It's cute.
I am, and I care about people, but it's like when you get in these situations, you really got to put your guard up because you be telling a bitch a secret. Like, yo, this is what I did last October on fucking October 31st. And then 2 seconds later, she's like, yo, Rocky, guess what Danny did on October 31st last year? It's like, damn, I can't get close to anyone in this house.
Julie. I was rooting for the two of you.
Honestly,
I love you guys.
Can you guys be friends again?
I'm kind of sad about the breakup.
It was actually a cute friendship.
That was adorable.
I can honestly say Julie has never talked shit about you.
And then Julie got mad at Judy for talking to other girls.
Just to comment on that, me and Julie actually squashed beef at the end of this season, not to ruin it for people, because I actually came out of the box and I wanted to work for it. Because Jesse, you know I generally cared about Julie. Like, I fucking really did. Like, this is not someone I used to be like, oh yeah, we're friends from Bad Girls Club. No, this is someone that's literally held my hair up when I puked, rubbed my back when I cry. Like, I can tell my sex stories too. Like, she knows everything about me, and then all this shit happens. So I'm at the reunion sitting on the fucking stage, and they roll those clips back, Jesse. Oh, let me tell you, she talks some motherfucking shit.
Really?
Damn.
She talks hella shit, like unforgivable shit. So it's just like, at this point, it's like, I'm not going to talk shit about her. I wish her well. I hope she's in California fucking getting a record deal. I hope she's literally getting her dreams. I hope her man is treating her good. But at the end of the day, like, you can't sit here and tell me that you're best friends with Rocky and Jada when you couldn't even be best friends to me. Because if you can't be best friends with someone who actually cared about you and gave a damn, because let's be serious, I could live with Alicia or Blue or is Kristen there? Or Okay, so I could live with all three of them on All-Star Battle. We could get really close, and I'm like, yo, Blue's my best friend, Alicia's my best friend. And then after the show's done filming, we never speak until it's like, oh, hey, girl, you going to the reunion? What dress are you wearing? That's not a fucking friend. You know what I'm saying? A friend is someone you fucking chill with. You talk to on a regular basis. You don't fucking put your bullshit out there. You can trust them. Do you know what I'm saying? So for Rocky and Jada, and for Julie to even think those are her best friends after filming 1.5 shows together is fucking bullshit. Has Rocky been to your crib? Does Rocky know your family? Does Rocky know about your sister? Does Rocky know all the shit your boyfriend puts you through? No, when he does, she does, I mean, then that's your bitch.
Well,
but she decided to put me aside, and she didn't give a fuck.
When
so
Judy,
it is what it is at this point.
Julie says she's gonna go home. She goes home. She kind of has this breakdown in her bedroom. It looked like you were, I don't know if you were, it edited, looked like you were listening from outside. What was going through?
No, I was in the room.
Oh,
I'm the one who convinced her to stay.
Well, so go ahead. Tell us about that part.
So she was in the room crying. She's packing her shit. Jada's convincing her to stay. So I walk in, and I'm like, yo, despite the bullshit tonight, and despite how I feel about you and how you feel about me, don't ruin an opportunity. Stay here. Stay till the end. Like, don't do this to yourself. Like, I'm sorry if I made you feel some type of way. So they edited that entire scene out and made it look like I was creeping outside the bedroom.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, fuck you guys.
Why are you creeping?
But they were friends first. Some people have to realize she have to put shit aside, because at the end of the day, Danny knew outside of this show that they were friends. You get what I'm saying? So, I don't know.
Yeah, it's really sad. I'm not going to lie. Like, my dad was watching the episode tonight. He's like, damn, this whole thing is kind of fucked up. And I'm like, Dad, I know. Like, this is, like, I don't feel this way about Judy, because I've never been on that level with Judy. Like, I care about Judy, and I think she generally needs help. Like,
were you scared to live in the house with her? Like how they were all saying that? Were you scared?
You know what's funny, Jesse? Like, as much as I get nervous and I'm like, oh my God, am I going to get my ass beat today when I'm living in a house like that? I'm never really scared of anyone. So Judy's psychological issues never really scared me. It made me sad.
Yeah.
Like, if you spent like an hour or two with Judy, you'd be like, damn, this chick is really, like, she really needs help. And everyone kind of sees it as a joke, and I think sometimes she sees it as a joke. Like, she really thinks that, like, Bad Girls Club is going to continue, and, like,
It's
girls are going to get called back, and it's going to be, like, this ongoing, you know, thing. But after what happened on the show, like, I think Bad Girls Club, if it's not done, it's definitely done for her. Like, this came to a point where one of the producers came to me and Julie and was crying and was like, I need your help. Like, I think she needs psychological help. We're scared she might do something if we kick her out of the house. We don't want her to be suicidal. Like, it was really bad.
That's her life.
Wow.
This is her life.
So Sarah and Judy come to Julie's room and start saying, oh, we're ready here to help pack your shit up, and that sends Rocky off the moat. Was there anything within that moment? Like, they made it seem like Sarah and Judy antagonized this whole fight that's going to start with the Rocky, you know, hair pulling and whatnot. Would you say Sarah and Judy antagonized that?
I didn't see the comments. I was actually downstairs with Camilla because Camilla stayed home that night. Our house was filthy, and Camilla stayed home all night cleaning it, and then it got destroyed again, so that sucks. So I was downstairs talking to her, and I was actually crying to Camilla outside about Julie. And then we heard yelling, so we went upstairs. But I will say this, like, for maybe 2.5 weeks straight, there's so many nights that you guys aren't going to see, but it was literally tit for tat between the four, ongoing all the time. It just never stopped. Even if someone was doing their makeup or brushing their teeth or having a glass of water, someone would say something. And it was just like, I think that night was like liquor was drank, people were like feeling 100, and it just kind of went way overboard.
Who would you say was the biggest, other than Natalie, was the biggest antagonizer in the house? Like, you know what? If this person wasn't there, actually things in the house could have been pretty cool.
If I'm gonna base this on my own situation, I would say if Rocky wasn't there, things probably would have been better.
Okay.
Rocky, because people felt like they had to. I could just tell.
They felt like they had to what?
I don't know. I felt like Jada and
yeah. I'm gonna go with Blue on this. I know this is gonna sound really fucked up, but I think for some reason, because of Rocky has a really big fan base, okay? And I give it to her. People love her. It is what it is. But because of that, I think girls came in the house thinking if I'm friends with Rocky, if I chill with Rocky, if I'm cool with Rocky, people are going to like me too.
Yep.
And that's just not my mentality when I go into situations like this. I'm going to be honest, people hate me. It doesn't matter if I'm the fucking sweetest girl on the planet or the biggest villain. Girls, for some reason, don't like the twins. And it is what it is. But for some people, like for instance Julie, she don't really give a fuck. She might like Rocky, but at the end of the day, if she never talked to Rocky again, it wouldn't fucking change the girl's life, okay? There was one point where production came up to Julie and said, do you want to go home because you're fading? If I hadn't been on the show, if I hadn't caused this drama between Julie would not even be existent in this cast because she didn't do anything. She didn't speak to anyone. She was very quiet. She was very scared because on her season, she caused a lot of problems with people. People hated her. She was like the worst person ever on her cast, according to Julie. I mean, I liked her.
According to me, too.
You know what I'm saying? But she thought maybe, I think in her mind, she thought maybe if I'm friends with Rocky, and I think Jada might have thought this too, maybe if I'm friends with Rocky, people are going to like me more. You know what I'm saying?
Some people really care about that fan base. Some people really will sell their soul just to that. But that's what I feel like. Rocky was the leader of this side. Natalie was the leader of that side. Mm-hmm. So Julie and Sarah wanted to.
Comment. Now it's like the Three Stooges have switched around. Now it's Rocky, who was AKA Natalie before, and then there's Julie, who was AKA Sarah before, and then there was Jada. Jada honestly shouldn't have been casted. I think personally, if anyone from season 12 should have been casted, it probably should have been Blue or Lauren. And that's just me watching the fucking Bad Girls Club 12 reunion.
They wasn't gonna do that because Red and Jada had. It was either we all got the interviews, but it was either me and Lo or it was gonna be Red and Jada. But I think they could even did Jada and Lo. That would have had more attention. But I don't know.
Yeah, because as far as I'm concerned, when we walked in the house, Red and Jada were cool as shit. Like they had problems for maybe 2.2 seconds, and it was like the Brady Bunch the first night we went out.
Danny, why do you think everyone hates Jada? Because, I mean, I've even just tweeted at Jada, like, oh, I like Jada. And fans were like, everyone that tweeted me was like, oh, I hate Jada. Jada's trash. Jada's this. Like, everybody hates Jada. Why do you think she has such, like, a negative fan base? Or why do you think people feel so negatively about her?
She's a walking contradiction.
Yeah, number one, I think it's the way she speaks. It's like a really bootleg J-Lo video. Number two,
she's from the Bronx, though.
She's
from New York. I just know somewhere in New York.
Yeah, New York.
Hey, look, one thing I can Jada family, they came, they down to earth, they real, the way she talk is really from where she's from. I think fans really, I don't think fans liking her right now only because they see a different person than what they're seeing now. They like Jada from season 12, so I think she's the reason for this turnaround. She's the reason for this neck because she came on this show being a completely. She was her own person on 12. On this one, it looks as if she's falling behind Rocky. So.
Oh yeah, and it's crazy because you know what? I really liked Jada in the beginning. Like there was times when we get to go to the grocery store, or we go to CVS, and we go to the gym, and I would have like down ass conversations with her, and I was like, oh, I really like her. And then all of a sudden we stepped back into the house, we put our microphones on, it's like, oh, damn, this bitch just got totally lost in everything we're doing. Like, for instance, like, this whole fight that happened, why was Jada even involved? That bitch should have been wiping off her makeup, taking out her sock bun, and taking her ass to bed, because the fight had nothing to do with you. But obviously, of course, she has to jump in. And the rest of the season is literally Jada jumping into other people's problems. It's like she's speaking for other people. It's like she's the spokesman. It's just funny because politic commercials are out, and I feel like Jada should have one.
Well, Danny, we got to wrap up, but I want to thank you for calling in. Give everyone your Twitter handle.
Oh, at I am Danny with 2 N's, bitches. Everyone spells my name wrong. I am Danny V. And then Instagram at XXO Danielle, but everyone hates me, so I don't care if you follow me or not.
All right, well, so I know there's going to be some tea when the Hawaii trip happens, so we're going to have you call in, or if you come out here, we're going to have to come.
I'll call in the episode where I'm bleeding from my face. How about that?
Yeah.
Yes,
I heard about the reunion.
Bitch, not that pretty face.
Danny,
Thanks for having me.
Bye,
Jesse, I
Danny.
miss you.
Miss you too. I'll talk to you later.
Bye, Danny.
Bye, Danny.
All right, so next week we're getting the Hawaii trip, a competition challenge, and Camilla versus Jada because someone took her camera.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know, but I want to thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure you guys hit us up at AfterBuzz TV on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. You guys can tweet me at DJ Jesse J.
Alicia Samaan.
I am Kristen Kelly, and you can follow me on Instagram at Miss Kristen Kelly, and on Twitter at Bad Girl Blondie, and on YouTube at at just Kristen Kelly TV. That's my voice break.
I'm just blue one time.
One time? So until next week, same time, same place.
I lost my voice.
Peace.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later, bitches.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.